Yes, Princetonia NOW. Directed, produced, created, envisioned by the great Patrick McDonald, hosted by moi, Adam Bierman. We do the random sampling of all the fun-stigating things that happen in this focused town, Princeton, New Jersey. Again, Princetonia NOW is done by, presented by, shown by real Princetonians. It's so Princeton-centric. I love it. So anyway, first clip we're going to see, we go to the first annual Fall Fest, of course, in Palmer Square, the center of town. We interview Jamie Volker from Palmer Square Inc., who helps put on these great events. I say that word again. We had fun food, drink, sugary treats, and all, caught the ambiance as the leaves are falling. Let's check it out. Adam Bierman, Princetonia NOW. We're back. Palmer Square, my favorite place. It's Fall Fest. Overcast weather, hay, pumpkins, many more things to talk about. Let's check it out. We're here with the architect of, I would say the architect, for Fall Fest 2018 Palmer Square, Jamie Volker. So what are we going to see today, and what are you excited about?
Well, we're really excited just to bring a lot of people out. We have live music from Some Assembly Required. They're kind of like our house band. They've played quite a few of our events. They get the crowd moving. Everybody enjoys it. We have food and beverage. Everything from bratwurst sandwiches and soup, because it's a little chilly today, to candy apples and fun festive things for the kids. You can buy that on the green. Enjoy your lunch, listen to some music, and then we give you a shopping bag, your list to your treats around the square, which is anything from a promotion to an in-store giveaway. So most of the stores in Palmer Square, I'd say about 80% of them are participating with some sort of incentive in their store. So it's a lot of fun. You come, you have lunch, you listen to some music, enjoy the beautiful windy weather, and then you can go into the stores and shop and have some free giveaways.
And get warm. And what's coming up in December, and what's your website?
Oh, so we're getting ready for the holidays. Before the holidays, we actually have the Creating the Holiday Magic series of workshops. So every Saturday and Sunday in November leading up to Thanksgiving, we have workshops that'll help you create the holiday magic. Anything from tablescaping to holiday mixology, a cheesy holiday to cooking classes and demonstrations. So a little bit of everything. And then we go right into Thanksgiving. Right after the Thanksgiving holiday, we have the tree lighting, which is right here on November, I think it's the 23rd. It's Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. December 6th, we have the menorah lighting. December 7th, we have Holiday Jam. Every Saturday and Sunday, we have photos and holiday portraits with or without Santa Claus. We have strolling entertainment, so just a lot going on.
Palmer Square is a focus area thanks to this great woman. And what's your website again?
PalmerSquare.com.
We're talking to the house band. Your name and the band's name?
My name is Shay Jenkins, and we are Some Assembly Required.
Love the name. I don't know which name I like better. What kind of music are you going to be playing today? My mouth is a little cold.
No worries. We are a cover band. We do a lot of 90s, 2000s, things that you hear on the radio today.
Is there an art to keeping a crowd engaged? What's your playlist like?
So our playlist is going to range quite a lot, actually. We try to pick songs that'll engage both the kids and the parents for music that they've heard all through their lives.
What's your favorite song to play right now?
Mine right now is probably Angela by the Lumineers.
Oh, the Lumineers. That's very, very current and everything. Yep. And my last question is, when did you know music was your gig? When did you have that epiphany?
I've been playing and singing since I was about 7 years old, so a lot of stage theater, and then met these guys when I moved out to New Jersey, and it just really clicked for us.
Well, rock on, and this is Fall Fest 2018 in Princetonia NOW. Thomas Sweet from Princeton, started in Princeton, and I'm talking to.
My name's Chris. I'm the manager over at Thomas Sweet Chocolate.
What are you bringing today to Fall Fest 2018?
We're having our wonderful caramel apples. They're gooey and delicious, and we have toppings on all of them. We also have chocolate-covered strawberries. We have candy. We have delicious blueberry organic lemonade and tea. So lots of great things.
My question is, when you're surrounded by all this great food, how do you stop yourself from eating it?
I don't. There's no way to stop yourself.
I love the Palmer Square group. And your name is?
I'm Liz Egan.
And you work for?
Palmer Square, and I do marketing and events.
What are we going to see today at Fall Fest 2018?
So this year you're going to see treats around the square. We have a lot of shopping promotions and giveaways. And you're going to hear our live band, our house band, some assembly required. And there'll be some great fall food, mulled cider. Come on out.
Any hot eggnog to warm the cold soul on this day?
Definitely. We're going to have some hot eggnog, hot cider, hot chocolate, all that.
Love you guys. Love the work you do. And we'll be back again.
Awesome.
The Yankee Doodle Tap Room, iconic. I've been there many times. You work there. What are you doing today, and what are you serving?
Today we're actually serving shrimp etouffee, and we're also going to be having beer, wine, and waters today.
Shrimp etouffee. That's like from New Orleans originally?
It's almost like a French gumbo in a way. Yeah. Yes. A little bit of spice, so some white rice, shrimp, and a nice sauce on the side.
And some good wine to maybe numb the cold weather.
Of course,
okay.
Of course.
Okay. Oh, your name is? I'm sorry.
My name is Esteban. And I work for banquets. I've been working for the Nassau Inn over 2.5 years.
What do you like best about working for the Nassau Inn? Make something up if you want.
Oh, no, it's just the history and the environment, actually. It's just the history that comes with the building and everything. Just the historic, iconic building itself.
The ambiance brings you in.
Of course, of course.
Adam Bierman, Princetonia NOW at the Fall Fest in Palmer Square. And we have some beauty queens. I'm not objectifying anybody, am I? I hope not. But anyway, name, rank, serial number?
Hi, my name is Brianna Vargas, and I'm your 2018 All-American Spokesmodel.
You are All-American, yes?
Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I'm your 2018 Choice Award.
Hi, I'm Phoenix, and I'm your Next Level 2018 Junior Preteen.
God, they're camera ready.
Hi, I'm Olga. I'm your National All-American Classic 2019.
Muy guapa, mi español es más o menos.
Hello, my name is Gianna Suits, and I'm your reigning Miss Next Level Ambassador.
Hi, I am Rebecca Brown, and I am your Miss All-American 2019.
And don't ask me to remember all those titles, but you're great, and thank you. And say, can you say Fall Fest, Princeton, New Jersey? Yay! Well, that was a lot of fun. A crisp fall day in Palmer Square, fun-stigating food, drink, and great conversation. But now we're going to switch locales and go to the Princeton Cemetery. Interesting place. For a small town, small cemetery, a lot of very famous people are buried there. Aaron Burr, Grover Cleveland, George Gallup, the Menendez mother and father killed by their greedy little kids who used to own Chuck's Springs Cafe. I just screwed up the name, but anyway, we're going to listen to Eve Mandel, the Assistant Director of the Princeton Historical Society, give us a little historical tidbits, and moi, hometown townie, will tell you about some ghost legends and stories that happen in that cemetery. Maybe we can have a picnic there one time at midnight. Maybe not. Anyway, let's check it out. Welcome to Princetonia NOW, the only show, yes, that focuses on Princeton. What happens? What's going on? We're on it. Today with the Princeton Cemetery, established in 1757, still operated by the Nassau Presbyterian Church. It's still an active cemetery, and in my mind, this is a small version of Père Lachaise, excuse my accent, the famous French cemetery that has Jim Morrison and Oscar Wilde. Well, in this cemetery, there's a lot of movers and shakers, a short list, eclectic. We have President Grover Cleveland, former Vice President Aaron Burr, very controversial. Sylvia Beach of the Lost Generation in Paris in the 1920s. She ran a book shop in Paris. I went there. The original political pollster, George Gallup. John Witherspoon, famous Princeton president. And also, of a very lurid fame, the Menendez mother and father murdered by their sons. We're talking to again.
Eve Mandel from the Historical Society of Princeton.
I always think of the governor of Maryland. But anyway, with the Princeton Cemetery, as I said before, it's like a small Père Lachaise. The amount of movers and shakers buried here is quite amazing. Who are you going to see today on this tour?
We're we're going to go and see some of the Princeton University presidents. We're going to see some Civil War heroes and even a U.S. president.
So a lot of history, a lot of interesting backstories. Aaron Burr, of course, has been many books on and everything. Grover Cleveland, Cordell, the Menendez family is here too. Are you hoping to see any spirits? We're close to Halloween right now.
Well, we like to do it on Halloween because people get in the mood to go into cemeteries around Halloween. But it's really more of a historical perspective is the tour with, a little fun thrown in. I have a couple little scary stories I like to share as well.
Well, I can't wait to see it, go on it, and I'll sleep pretty well tonight if I take some Benadryl maybe. But anyway, and what's your website again so they can find out more about more amazing events at the Princeton Historical Society?
You can visit us at princetonhistory.org.
Thank you very much again, Eve. You're our favorite.
Thank you.
All right, so our first site is the burial site of the Robesons, husband and wife. You might know the name Paul Robeson. Not everyone heard of him? Okay. A lot of times with my students that come on the tours, they're not hearing about Paul Robeson, and we really try in Princeton to share his history because he's a really important part of our town and American history. He fought so hard with civil rights, worked with Albert Einstein. He was an all-star when he was at Rutgers University. And of course a great actor and an activist. So here we have the burial site of his parents. Paul Robeson was born just across the street here in Princeton, where he lived with his parents, William Drew and Maria Luisa Bustil. I'll start with William. He was the father of Paul Robeson and minister of Witherspoon Presbyterian Church, which is just behind you over there. You can see it with white behind the big pine tree. He was born into slavery on a North Carolina plantation, escaped via the Underground Railroad in Philadelphia at age 15, going to the Free State of Pennsylvania. He worked for the Union Army in the Civil War and was ousted from the Princeton pastorate after more than 20 years of service with no clear reasons given. His grandson, Paul Robeson Jr., wrote that his grandfather pushed hard to have his eldest son, Bill, admitted to Princeton University, but was refused because of his African-American descent. He reportedly appealed to Woodrow Wilson, the president at the time of the university, and that caused a controversy and the ouster. He went to Somerset County, moved on from there. His wife Maria was born in Philadelphia, attended Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. She was a Quaker school teacher and the mother of Paul Robeson. By 1904, she was nearly blind from cataracts and was burned in a kitchen accident when the ember from the stove ignited her clothes. She died several days later with burns over 80% of her body. So the location of her grave here is very unique. During that time, African Americans could only be buried in the colored part of the cemetery, which is over back that way. Reportedly, Maria was buried here at the request of her husband, who was pastor of the church at the time of her death, and he wanted to be able to see her gravesite from the church that he was in charge of. So that was a very special request that was honored, and that's why she is here instead of over in the further section of the cemetery. Those gates can open from time to time if you ever go on our African American history tour with Shirley Satterfield. She has a key to the cemetery and can take you all through that section of the cemetery. Okay, you can see this section is sort of fenced off a little bit from the rest of the cemetery. So this is the plot of the Princeton University presidents, originally known as the College of New Jersey, which was founded as the fourth college in the States, and known as the College of New Jersey. We know a different college by that name. So the president at that time was Aaron Burr Sr., who is the oldest grave that we have in the cemetery. Before we go in, I'm going to tell you that all but 4 of the deceased presidents of the college and the university are buried here.
Adam Bierman, now with some urban legend. Growing up here in town, I knew a police chief, no names. We're getting spooky and keeping things anonymous. And he said the Stockton family, the famous Stockton family, that's one member signed the Declaration of Independence. They would help found Anglo California, etc. Anyway, he told me a story where they went into the crypt when they were interning another body, and there were bodies strewn all about. So they put sand on the floor, and they said next time we should bring a body in to intern in the family crypt, or at least get some footprints. I think 5 years later they came back in. They had to check up on the crypt to put a body into it or something of that nature. And bodies, again, were taken out of the cement walls and strewn about. A very gruesome scene, but there are no footprints. Think about it. Do, 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 do. In back of me is the gravestone of Paul Tulane, the first president of Tulane University. Legend has it that he wanted to become, I think, president of Princeton University. He didn't get the job. They packed his bags, went down south, New Orleans way, and became president there. But he wanted to turn his back on the university because of that. So, universities in that direction, and look where his back is. Ooh, I hope no spirits followed me home from the Princeton Cemetery. A lot of education, a lot of history there. Check it out sometime. But now we're going to go kind of on the same theme, but in a lot more fun. Dios de los Muertos, my Spanglish is coming out. We go to the Princeton Shopping Center for the Day of the Dead. We learned about, hey, being dead's not a bad thing. Especially in Mexico, families will go to a cemetery, have a picnic, have pictures out, and remember fondly their ones who have passed on while they have a good time in the present. We learn about strolling mariachis, did I say that right? Sugared skulls, face painting. We talked to Veronica, who gives us, again, the history, especially in Mexico, of the Day of the Dead, Liz Lampert, among other people. And we also, shall I say, indulge our sweet tooth. Sugared skulls are not scary to me, just delicious. Let's check it out. Adam Bierman, Princetonian Now, the only show for and about Princeton on Princeton TV. I said Princeton a lot. And we're back where we started. This is Day of the Dead, or in my Spanglish, Dias de los Muertos. But it's not only remembering the dead, it's celebrating life. Mariachi bands, sugared skulls, face painting, family fun. I can't wait to check it out. So many levels. We talked to you 1 year ago. This is Veronica.
Yes, I'm Veronica Olivares Weber. I'm the one who organized this event. We do it through the Arts Council of Princeton and the sponsors of the Princeton Shopping Center. So we celebrate that life. We celebrate people that pass away. We are happy for them because they're going to a better place, and we're happy for them. So we're having a big fiesta. And then our tradition is to make an altar. The altar is here, if you can see it over there. And we bring ofrendas to the altar. And, you know, the skulls, we made like around 370 sugar skulls. And they're made of pure sugar and merengue. And people decorate them and they bring it to the altars as an ofrenda. They also put the names in the sugar skulls of their deceased. If the person who passed away is an adult, it's a big skull. If it's a little kid, it's a small skull. And this is a big fiesta.
You've also spent like 6 months to a year preparing for this, haven't you?
No, we actually, it's like around 2 months. So every weekend we get together at the Arts Council of Princeton and we make sugar skulls. And then we work also with the Princeton High School volunteers. And I also work with my family, my husband who is around, my daughters who are also here dressing as Katrinas. And we've been doing this for many, many years. It's a really hands-on event. With the icing, we finished making the icing at 1 a.m. last night. Everything has to be fresh, yeah.
So you remember the dead, but you celebrate the living. It seems like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and I think instead of us like being very sad, it's bad for us to be sad because we see it as something natural that we're going to, to a better place.
Like in the circle of life, we have to accept that.
Yes. And we have everything that you see in the altar is very meaningful. It's related to the Day of the Dead. And like the cempasúchil flowers are the marigolds that you see, the arch. So we believe that the souls of the deceased, they're coming, they can smell the flower because the smell of that flower is very strong, and they follow the smell. So the incense is like to purify all the ofrendas that we are putting in the altar.
And the same with, we put tequila, we put their favorite food, we put like the pan de muerto, which is the bread that we use for this celebration, and it's with the form of the skull as well. And every little thing you see, candles, everything has a different meaning. And it's sugar skull because it's the skull of their human body. That's why we use sugar skulls. And we also have a mariachi singing, and it's like lots of activities for it. Everything is free.
Again, Princetonia Now. We're back again for Dias de los Muertos. Mi Español, Spanglish. Your names are?
Valeria. Kiara.
Should I be afraid of you?
No, don't worry.
What are you representing? What does this dress, the costume designs represent?
So I'm dressed up as a Catrina, and a Catrina is kind of the symbol of Day of the Dead. It's what it's become. And it basically is a elegantly dressed woman, skeleton form, and it represents the fact that everyone, no matter rich or poor, ends up the same. We all die, we're equal, so yeah, that's what I'm representing.
What about lovely dress?
So usually, Mexican dancers will use these to dance on Day of the Dead, and that's just the traditional way. Yeah.
So we're both dressed.
Yeah, we have our dresses from Mexico. Yeah.
So it's universal, life, death, and a big party. And I love the. How long did that take to do?
Like 30 minutes.
Great detail. Okay, let's go. Let's check out more of the living, and maybe we'll encounter some of the dead. Thank you. Back again, Princetonia Now, the only show forward about Princeton. We're talking to Mayor Lampert. You're back again for Dios de los Muertos Españols, más o menos.
I am, yeah. This is a great community event, and it's great to see the turnout today. Lots of little kids, and no, it's just a really wonderful community event.
Yeah, I saw you walking around. A lot of really cute kids in great costumes and everything, and the food's authentic. What was I going to say? Aren't you a little cold, though?
I'm trying to be optimistic that it's a sunny, warm fall day, and maybe it's a little colder than it was yesterday, but I'm doing okay.
You're keeping, and like Day of the Dead, it's supposed to be a positive, upbeat affair, so you're keeping in line with that.
Exactly.
Adam Bierman at Dios de los Muertos. Mi Spanglish es más o menos. Yo hablo mucho en mi casa. Okay, I'll shut up. But no, we're with Mia Sachs. She's doing something very interesting, again, because we're about Princeton and for Princeton. You're doing what with Princeton High School alumni?
It's the Princeton High School Alumni Association, and we started a couple years ago. It's on the website of Princeton Public Schools, and it's basically connecting alumni with each other, but also with the students who are there and helping them with internships, career advice, all sorts of things.
So many benefits.
Many benefits, yes. So, and just a way of keeping alumni updated on things that are happening in the district and just keeping everybody connected. So.
And there's some Princeton High School alumni who are doing some pretty famous things. Dominic Chazelle, the director, movies and everything. We have Phoebe Neuwirth. It goes on and on. People in the White House, so to speak. So it should be exciting and fun. You can reconnect with old friends.
And there's also Tom Malinowski, who was in my high school class, who's running for CD7 on the Democratic ticket for the House.
Your class of '84? We don't want to go your age.
It's on TV.
We're high school.
No, class of '83.
'83. I'm '78. That's right. He could be a congressman. I'm going to be stumping for him tomorrow. I'm going to be canvassing and everything. Yes. So a good place to meet, connect, help out, and maybe also meet someone who might become president one day.
Exactly.
So what's the website again?
Well, I don't know the exact web address, but if you go onto the Princeton Public Schools website, you can just click on the tab that says alumni.
Well, we'll do that, and thank you again.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
de los muertos, yo miro mi abuelo. I see my grandfather. Oh, anyway, I was getting lost in the moment in my great Spanish bilingual idioms, whatever you want to call it. We have a lot of fun making this show, and if you like it too, tell your friends. You can check it out on YouTube, Princetonia NOW, or go to princetontv.org, click on the Vimeo archive section, and you can watch this show as much as you want. Again, Princetonia NOW, created, directed, and envisioned by the great Patrick McDonald, hosted by myself. Catch us. We'll see you next month. Princetonian NOW.